We're here. I'm here on my stream, and I've been trying to find an opponent for a topic that probably is of no interest to you. Now, you guys are these philosophical atheists. You have like a kind of an opening pitch, correct?
Well, I
Yes.
would more like to ask you a question if you'd prefer to engage with atheist presuppositional apologetics. It only takes about 14 minutes to deconvert you.
Oh, this should be good then. Finally, I have a hobby. All right, go for it.
I have been going for 2 hours though, and I need to run to the restroom real fast and then get water. So if you want to talk to the people, feel free to for a minute. If you want to ask them your question, I got to go run to the restroom though.
Oh yeah, no,
and then I'll be right back after I run to the restroom and get some water. I'll be 2 minutes maybe.
Okay, all right.
In the meantime, I'm an atheist. So you can shoot questions my way.
Okay. Why are you an atheist?
Because I think that there is scant evidence for the existence of God, and I think that the evidence against the existence of God is enough to establish the likelihood of the claim God does not exist being true.
Can you give me some evidence against the existence of God?
So I'm what's called a naturalist. I think the natural world is all that exists. I don't think that anything beyond the natural, like supernatural, preternatural, spiritual things, I take that none of that is real. Normally, there's like 3 main points that I would give in favor of atheism, and that's the success of empirical science, the incongruence of religious belief across space and time.
Whoa! You got to define these, because when you say the success of empirical science, I need to understand what you mean by that. I'm kind of a dumb guy.
Yeah, the fact that science is extremely successful in describing how the world works.
Successful. I mean, okay, that's
an appeal successful to in how it describes reality.
Yeah, that's an appeal to popularity.
Whose popularity did I appeal to?
By saying it's extremely successful to many, you are implying popularity.
Well, no, it's successful objectively.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean by successful?
That it works. It delivers us accurate descriptions of reality and how reality works in ways that are understandable, meaningful, and communicable.
Okay. So now basically what you're saying is that naturalistic explanations by their nature are better than what I guess we would call theistic ones?
Well, I'm not saying that, but I would agree with that statement, yes.
Now, what about scientific discoveries made by theists? Are they also good and useful, even though they were made by theists?
Of course they are.
Well, that's strange, because their presuppositions included supernatural explanations, whereas their scientific...
Sure, but the science doesn't.
Why did you...
The person might have...
why are you getting indignant? Relax.
I'm not getting indignant. What I'm saying is that... Well, I didn't. But what I'm saying is that the people have certain theistic presuppositions, but the science that they do does not.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll accept that. So what you're saying is that one can have good conclusions even if they're holding to what you would consider faulty metaphysical presuppositions, correct?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So that kind of clears up my questions about success of science. So it's not a theistic or non-theistic question. What was your second thing?
Well, what do you mean by it's not a theistic or a non-theistic?
Because what you've effectively established is that science as methodology can be used whether in a theistic or atheistic.
Yeah, it can be used.
Right.
Can be used by anybody, regardless of their beliefs. That's the nature of science.
Right, but you were presenting it as a counter-argument against theism, and I'm saying...
It is, because science doesn't show us that anything supernatural exists.
Yeah, except scientists who are theists would disagree with you, so this is a moot point.
Yeah, but them disagreeing doesn't make them right.
It doesn't make you right. The point is, I want to get...
But I am right. I am right that science does not show anything supernatural. If it does, then give me an example of something that is supernatural and is accepted by the majority of scientists working in the relevant fields.
I would argue that half of the theory that you guys work with sounds supernatural, but that's neither the here nor there, unless you're a scientist, in which case I apologize and I'll ask your relevant field, etc. But what was your second thing? Because the first one's tiring me.
The second one was the incongruence of religious beliefs across space and time.
In other words, people disagreed with each other over time, history.
Yeah, religious
countries,
beliefs have
etc.
been vastly different and have changed over space and time across regions and time periods. And this isn't expected given the claims of many of the largest religions today. Claims that God has some sort of desire to reveal himself to us through some
Interesting.
truth that he gives us, yet we can't agree on what that is.
Well,
Or
hold on, because I would think that that's linked to your first premise, considering things like scientific inquiry. For example, miasma theory being replaced by germ theory. That religious views, regardless of where we are on the spectrum on that globally, those would be affected by our changes in our understanding of the natural world, or would you expect them to stay the same forever?
I would expect a lot of different styles of beliefs to change as we scientifically and technologically advance,
And I
including
would think
religions.
that seems common sense, doesn't it?
Sure, perhaps.
Okay. So incongruency based on the scientific development, human understanding, etc. These easily explain why you would find incongruence between different belief systems.
I don't see how, especially if God is both all-powerful and desires to reveal himself through some sort of revealed truth.
But this assumes that every religion claiming revealed truth has an exclusive mark on it, and more importantly, are correct about it. Many more false beliefs have been discarded than true beliefs maintained over the past how many thousands of years of human existence. So that's why I'm wondering, like, a lot of what you call incongruency to me seems like stuff shaking itself out over time historically.
Yeah, but why would God give us a bunch of false narratives and incomplete information that we have to work through, and half the people get it wrong? And
I would argue that
that doesn't seem conducive
humans,
to his goal of revealing himself to us.
I would argue that none of that is necessarily stuff that God revealed. Human understanding of lightning, for example, while that may be true in Norse paganism, even though the Hebrew religion eventually becoming Christianity would mention thunder, it actually has no real meaning doctrinally. Would people still think that lightning striking something would be a sign from God? Yeah, sure, but it wasn't integral to the teaching of the faith. So, basically, I would say that doesn't strike me as okay. What was your third one?
My third one was that theism is ill-defined.
Theism is ill-defined, and that's an interesting one.
Correct.
So when you say theism is ill-defined, I assume you're saying, I mean, who
like what constitutes a god?
What constitutes?
Well, more just like, sort of like God has given all these different properties. And this sort of relates with the fact that religious beliefs are incongruent over time and space. So our concepts of God.
Well, we could say disagreeable rather than
no. They're incongruent. What Muslims believe is not consistent with what Christians believe, which is not consistent.
But they're not the
Hindu,
same people, and they would never claim that they are.
They don't need to be. They are incongruent beliefs. There is an incongruence
so in other words,
in religious belief across space and time.
What your argument boils down to is religions disagree with each other, correct?
Well, they are incongruent with one another.
Right, I would say they're all false.
That seems unexpected. If there is an all-powerful God that wants to reveal himself to us,
absolutely not. I disagree completely, especially with your example with Islam. I mean, if you take Christianity and its development over the world, and then you take Islam and its development over the world, and you look at the actual history, you can see that one was, I mean, for lack of a better word, developed by a dude who clearly kind of wanted a religion to make up on his own that sounded like it would work. I do not think that I can't hold Christianity and Islam in the same regard because of how they formed. So that's that's what I would say to that. So what you call incongruency is what I would call other religions being false.
Yeah, you think other religions are false, and Hindus think that you're wrong, and Muslims
I
think
know.
that you're wrong.
And
so
Hindus and I think that their belief systems are
that's the
often
incongruity.
false. Well, that's why my job is to argue sometimes with them when they are trying to tell us we are wrong. I mean, that's, for all the talk of this channel for, I guess, is for atheist apologetics. I've worked in Christian apologetics. I find atheist apologetics to be amusing, for lack of a better word, because you're basically arguing to defend nothing. Let me see.
Well, atheism
here.
isn't nothing. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, it's a belief in nothing.
No, it's not.
Of course it is. What is
God
what
is
is
nothing.
Well, what does atheism mean?
Atheism is a belief that no gods exist.
Atheism is a belief in no God.
I would argue that it's a lack of belief in any sort of.
Yeah, I don't use it that way, nor does any philosopher. So that's why I'm using.
I don't care about philosophers. I think they're retarded. Anyway, but in any case, let's.
Depends on which one. If they're Platonic, I would say I would agree. Yeah.
Well, it depends. I guess it depends. Memento Mori asks, so is this the usual Reddit atheist contentions? I don't know yet. I'm new on this channel. I guess somebody on their channel said, just wait till Taco rolls up with atheistic precept. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm very curious.
Go ahead, Taco. It looks like you're back.
Yeah, so
hey there, Taco.
Atheist, you gave a terrible mischaracterization of atheist presuppositional apologetics. So atheist presuppositional apologetics is simply elucidating the truth to unrighteous individuals like yourself that are rejecting the self-evident truth of our shared naturalistic atheistic reality that's been revealed to all of sound mind through both natural and special revelation in an undeniable way, right? So that's my question to you, Joseph.
It's a statement.
So, Joseph, do you reject the self-evident truth of our shared naturalistic, atheistic reality that's been revealed to all of sound mind through both natural and special revelation in an undeniable way?
Absolutely, and I do it.
So have you ever seen a god or a supernatural thing?
Have you ever seen a dragon?
No, that's why I don't think they're real. Have you ever seen a god or a supernatural thing?
I have personally witnessed God, yes.
How did you see God?
Through my eyes.
A lot of drugs, man.
So do you think you're a prophet?
Nope.
So how did you see God? Tell me about this.
I will ask you a question first.
How did you see God?
You said atheism self-evident. Demonstrate it.
That's not what I said there at all.
Yeah, you said it at the beginning of the statement.
You can look at the trees.
The trees are not evidence of atheism. I see
yes,
evidence.
Yes, they are. Look at the trees. They're flat out evidence for atheism.
I'm looking at a tree right now, and it's evidence of God.
Now you know no gods exist. Welcome to atheism, brother.
That's proof that God exists.
That's literally proof no gods exist.
No, I disagree. That tree is definitely proof God exists.
No, that's definitely proof no gods exist.
You know what's the best proof of it? That tree is older than your worldview.
So
that tree that you're looking at is literally proof that no gods exist. The tree that
you're looking at is probably not over 1,000 years old. Let's be real. It's probably it's probably less than 100.
Realistically, modern atheism is a 20th century phenomenon.
Well, modern atheism is just like modern Christianity is, but Christianity is 2,000 years old. Just like atheism is a couple thousand years old.
This is already here. Okay. So now
a Christian would be considered an atheist 2,000 years ago.
Okay, nobody cares about this. So what we want to hear about is this God monster that you saw. So tell us how you saw this God monster. You're unmuted.
No, I didn't. Oh, I was muted this whole time?
That's correct. No, because you were not engaging, right?
That's
so
okay.
How are you going to
on my channel as well?
So tell us about this God monster.
Now we find out it's just muted. These people are cowards.
All right, so you're going to engage with my question directly, or you're going to keep running. Tell us about this God monster you saw. You've been muted, and I'm going to unmute you, and you're going to respond directly to the question. So tell us about this God monster you've seen.
God that judges all of us.
Are you going to tell us about this God monster you've seen, or what's going on?
Can you explain what you mean by righteous and unrighteous?
Tell us about this God monster you've seen.
I'm not going to let you make comments about me, make statements about me, and then not.
So you're either going to engage directly with the atheist presuppositional apologetic script, or you're going to leave the channel. So either engage with my script or leave the channel.
Here, it's going to look so much better on mine.
Engage with the script or leave.
The script? You have a script?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Mute it again.
All right. So
Oh,
are you going to engage
so
with the
sad.
script or leave?
Well, you're muting him before he can respond.
Exactly. It's a joke. It's hilarious. I'm loving it. Thank you for that.
Will you just humor him and engage with?
I'm trying to engage with it, but everything I bring up, he gets mad about and tries to speak over me and mutes me. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Are you going to engage with the script or not?
Can you please give me the script again? Is it that stupid line you read with a whole bunch of?
I don't need to. You already said you saw a God monster, so tell us about this God monster you saw.
I saw a God monster. You're a liar.
You said you experienced.
Experienced God, not a God monster. That's a lie.
So tell us about it.
What do you want to know?
Tell us about it. Are you deaf?
What did what did he look like?
What do I look like?
No, what was God?
Oh, I didn't see it.
You just said you saw it. You contradicted yourself there.
Okay. If you want that,
you're going to sit here and you're going to state contradictions? You're a liar.
Oh, brother. No, this is so sad.
You don't even have a foundation for morality or anything, and you're sitting here lying to me?
Hey. Calm down. I saw God as light personally. I've experienced God in many different ways. I know you may not like them. You obviously you are so upset that you believe a tree is a proof of atheism, whereas most
you're drunk. Look at the trees, bro.
The trees show God's beauty. The grass.
So the only reason you say that is because you aren't of sound mind. What's going on here?
In other words,
everybody that believes in a God is not of sound mind. For clarification. You said that you saw. You're not going to overtalk me on my channel. So you think that you saw God as light.
Everyone who thinks God is real is crazy.
That was my statement. Yes.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Look at the trees.
The trees are beautiful. God's beautiful. You're this, whatever that.
You're not of sound mind, obviously.
I will say my tree is way better looking than your mascot.
You're simply prevaricating and obfuscating. Now, I asked you about this God monster, and you said you saw light. You're telling me that the light is your God monster?
I never said it was a monster. You're a liar, dude. You
think that your God monster is light?
I see. You keep going on with God monster. I never said monster. You're just lying. You can't do anything but.
So you think it's light?
I think that God is more than light. But yeah, I think light is divine.
But you saw light and you think it's your God.
You can. Am I not muted? I can't tell. But no, I think this is kind of sad. Your argument seems to be. First off, you're hiding presuppositions. Now I know that you have a presupposition that believers in God are insane. That's problematic to say the least. I don't know if I can be heard. If I can, fine. I can on my channel.
I can hear you.
But the point is, if your underlying presuppositions are that natural beauty do not demonstrate God, but demonstrate a lack of God, if your argument that people who believe in a God are insane, then I don't think you're arguing from a place of what we would call good faith at all. Which
you just have a hardened heart and a closed mind.
So, yeah,
I'm here to soften your heart and open your mind.
This is sad. But I would say Reconquista, I don't know what he is. He claims to not be anything. We know that all these pictures are AI. So, obviously he's trying.
Are you going to engage with the topics, or are you going to keep talking to your audience? You have people on a stage that you're a part of talking with you, and you're getting ready to run. Are you getting ready to run?
Typical angry Reddit atheist.
Are you getting ready to run? You're the standard Reddit theist. How dare you?
But
I'm here to save you. You're a lost sheep, and I'm here to save you.
But yeah. Anyway,
are you just going to run? Go run. Either engage with the questions or run.
No one's saying anything. I don't know if I'm booted or not. No idea what happened.
I can hear you.
He's running. This is running. He's just feigning that he can't hear us.
Are you guys there?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
No idea. No idea. It's just some fat guy doing all sorts of stuff, and no one's responding anymore.
We can hear you.
If you boot me, just boot me. No.
You just going to keep trolling, or are you going to engage?
Nope. Guess they're not saying anything.
Can
Oh,
you hear me?
Hank. Hank, did you really show up in this chat? Is Hank really a part of the... Oh, Hank, no.
All right.
That's
So
sad.
I'm going to let you have a moment to fix your sound issue. In fact, I'll say you are muted. All right, there. I posted in the chat. You have us all muted. So I'm going to unmute you now, and you're going to explain what you mean by this God monster
Okay,
is
now
light.
I'm unmuting myself, and I'll wait for you to mute me accordingly. I still didn't hear anything from anyone
Perfect
else.
time to
I'm not
respond.
sure. I guess they're trying to find maybe they're trying to find my channel. And yeah, Hank found it. This is kind of sad. So
I'm just sitting here waiting for you to fix your
that's
sound.
it. That's all you guys got? You're all silent now? Trees,
hello?
grass, dragons, y'all ran out? That's it?
I think he's
Yeah.
just pretending to not hear us,
Yeah.
so he can run without running.
This is
Possibly.
this is amusing. But I am glad. Let's see. Does that help? Let me see if I can. Skeptically Pissed says caller is an imbecile. Oh, no one else is talking.
Can you
Yeah,
hear
well,
us, or are you, do you still have us muted?
Hank is just there. This is
They're
oh
talking.
man. All right. You know what? Obviously, I don't know if they talk back or they just gave up.
We're sitting here
Maybe I
talking,
gotta check
dude. You
my
got to turn your
settings
sound
again.
up.
Make sure. Did I get reset or something? Wow. Just weird.
Yeah, I know, Lucky. He is pretending to his audience. He can't hear us.
He can't hear you. I don't think anyone can hear them. I'm trying my best. I'm altering their, the audio. It's pretty freaking sad. Yeah, that's there. Uh-huh. It's there. People are saying they can't hear me, but I'm not seeing anyone else talking. So who
Hello.
knows? Maybe they've got some other channel. I don't know.
He's just acting like he can't hear us. This is interesting.
Okay,
This is an
nothing else
interesting
I
way
got.
to run.
And then, like,
Oh,
I'm
Simeon
waving my
says
hand
he's a
like
very
me.
loving, merciful
I'm
God
not
monster. He
here,
is
I'm talking.
indeed, but he's
It's
not
like
a
he's not
monster.
looking at
That's
me
something they made up.
or something, or like he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
seem
So
active.
I have no
He's just
idea what to
acting
think
like
of
he
this.
can't hear us.
This is
Yeah,
amusing.
Like I'm clearly
Let's see
reacting
here.
to him
I don't
saying,
have
like,
anyone
can't hear
muted.
So
You know what's funny? People can actually, because what you guys don't realize is I'm actually streaming the StreamYard video, which means that I'm actually streaming inside. People can
We know.
see my settings and they can see
This guy is an
mic
actor,
movement.
right?
So whatever y'all are doing,
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's got a tapestry.
Holla if you hear me, Master P. All right. Well, this was a loss.
Go ahead and run.
So we're gonna go.
Just waiting for you to run.
All right.
Wow.
That was certainly something.
What the hell was that?
Yep.
That's too funny. Exactly, Shasset. He was suppressing our voices in his unrighteousness. He knows no gods exist. He's seen the trees. In fact, he acknowledged he's seen the trees there. He just know he's not of sound mind. And as Quasar says, he was puffing his chest for the channel. There you go. We are DNA. Christians love to lie 100%. That was a prime example. Theists do have a lot of acting practice. That's a good point. Yeah, he does worship a god monster, just like all the theists in this room. They all worship god monsters. He'll be getting the Emmy. He is on a spiritual journey, and we're here to save him and soften his heart and open his mind.
Get wrecked, nerd. Got fucking dominated, dude.
Absolutely dominated.